Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. In the previous class we have started the chapter New Question and Ideas in History. So all of you take out your history book and listen to me carefully. Okay? So yesterday we have discussed the story of Gautam Buddha. We have seen that Siddhartha was the name of Gautam Buddha and he took birth around 2500 years ago and he belonged to a royal family. He was actually from a small Gana and the name of his Gana was Sakya, and he was a Kshatriya, but he was not happy and satisfied with the comfort and luxuries of the life. Though he was a prince, still he was not satisfied with his life because so many questions used to come in his mind. He wanted to know about life. He wanted to attain knowledge because at that time we have seen that so many changes were taking place in the lives of the people, like the Mahajanpadas, about which we have discussed in the previous class. These Mahajanpadas were becoming very powerful and strong. New cities were developing and life was undergoing so many changes, not only in the cities but also in the villages. So this was the period when many thinkers arose with many questions about life. Okay, and Gautam Buddha was also one of them. Gautam Buddha actually he started a new religion, and on the name of Buddha, this religion is known as Buddhism. Okay, and when he was not satisfied and happy with the luxuries and comforts of his life, so what happened that in his young age he left his home and he started wandering in search of knowledge because he was in search of knowledge, and he wandered for several years and he finally started meditation. And where he started meditation? He started meditation in Bihar, and in Bihar there is a particular place named Gaya, and in Gaya there is a peepal tree. Under that tree he sat for so many days. He meditated and lastly he attained enlightenment. And I described you the meaning of enlightenment. उनको ज्ञान मिला. Enlightenment means ज्ञान, light, ज्ञान का प्रकाश. Okay, and after attaining this enlightenment he came to be known as Buddha. Buddha means the wise one, and the place Gaya where he attained enlightenment, that place came to be known as Bodh Gaya, and the peepal tree under which he sat and did meditation, that peepal tree is came to be known as Bodhi Vriksha. Okay, and after attaining enlightenment he went to Sarnath, which is in near Varanasi, and in Sarnath he taught for the first time. So this is the importance of Sarnath. Sarnath is the place where Gautam Buddha taught his pupil for the first time. Okay, and then the rest of his life was spent on traveling only. He traveled from one place to another on foot, and he taught people and he spread knowledge, whatever enlightenment he achieved, he spread this knowledge to the people, and lastly he passed away at Kusinara. Okay, we have discussed so far, and now we will try to know something more about the Buddhism. Okay, what was the views of Gautam Buddha about life? Okay, so we see that what were the teachings of Buddha. Buddha taught that life is full of suffering and unhappiness. Okay, what was the teaching of Buddha? Teaching of Buddha was that life is full of suffering life is full of suffering and unhappiness. Okay. Why life is full of suffering and unhappiness? Because we have desires. We have so many desires. If one of our desires gets fulfilled, then we start desiring for another. So what happens that we are always craving, we are always having desires. There is never a time comes when we have no desire. We are full of desires, we are full of cravings. Okay, so what happens that sometimes even if we get what we want, still we are not satisfied and want even more. Okay, so what is the message of Gautam Buddha? What is the teaching of Gautam Buddha? That life is full of suffering and unhappiness because we have desires, and these desires are unending. There is no end to the desires of human being. You also experience in your life, many times it happens, it must happen with you, that you get one thing, but after getting that, now you are desiring for another. You are not satisfied कि बस अब मुझे मिल गया, अब कुछ और नहीं चाहिए. थोड़े समय के लिए, for some time you can think like that, but after few days you will start craving for new things. This happens ना. बहुत दिनों से, suppose you are insisting for a new pencil box, okay, and now your parents have fulfilled your demand and they have purchased a very attractive new pencil box for you. You are very happy with that pencil box. एकदम खुश, बहुत ज़्यादा खुश, अब तो मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. But what happens then, the next day when you go to school, you saw all your friends the new pencil box. Now you are seeing that one of your friend is having a beautiful water bottle. Now you want a new water bottle. Now again you are coming back from school and you are asking your parents that you want a new water bottle. So what is this? आपकी एक डिज़ायर पूरी होती है, उससे आपके एंड नहीं होता है डिज़ायर्स का. फिर हम नई चीज़ डिज़ायर करते हैं. फिर सपोज आपके वाटर बॉटल भी आपको परचेज हो गया, देन अगेन यू विल फाइंड समथिंग न्यू, सम न्यू डिमांड विल कम फ्रॉम योर साइड. तो ये क्या है? ये अनएंडिंग होता है. देयर इज़ नो एंड टू डिज़ायर. वी आर ऑलवेज demanding. We always want something or the other thing. So this desire, this unending desire, is the cause of suffering and unhappiness in our life. Okay, so this was described to Buddha as thirst or tanha. So why are we unhappy and suffering? Because there is thirst or tanha. Okay, so we see that we are full of cravings and desires. We always want something or the other thing, and this desire or craving is known as thirst or tanha. So he taught that this constant craving could be removed by following moderation in everything. Okay, so we are seeing that this thirst or tanha is the reason for unhappiness and suffering of people. So if you want to be happy, if you want to be free of suffering, what is the requirement? The requirement is that we should get rid of this thirst or tanha. We should stop desiring. We should become moderate in everything. This constant craving जो हमारे दुख का कारण है, we are always craving for some or the other thing, and this is the reason of our unhappiness. This is the reason of our sorrow. So in order to become happy, what should be done? We should follow moderation in everything. Okay, so the solution to this problem is follow moderation in everything. Okay, so what we see, what is the teaching of Buddha? Life is full of suffering and unhappiness. This suffering is unhappiness is caused because of unending desire, which is called thirst or tanha by Gautam Buddha. And in order to remove this thirst or tanha, we should follow moderation in everything. Moderation means बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं, हर चीज़ में हमें बैलेंस करके चलना चाहिए. अपने जो डिज़ायर्स हैं उसको मॉडरेट करिए, अपने डिज़ायर्स को कम करना होगा. बिकॉज देयर इज़ नो यूज़ ऑफ फुलफिलिंग द डिज़ायर. बिकॉज वन डिज़ायर इज़ फुलफिल्ड, another desire is created, that desire is again fulfilled, then again new desire is created. So there is no utility in fulfilling the desire, है ना. अपनी इच्छाओं को पूरा करने से कुछ भी नहीं होने जा रहा है, क्योंकि एक हमारी इच्छा पूरी होगी फिर नई इच्छा आ जाएगी, फिर ये इच्छा पूरी होगी फिर नई इच्छा आ जाएगी. तो क्या फ़ायदा है? तो क्या रास्ता है हमारे सामने? रास्ता ये है कि अपनी इच्छाओं को मॉडरेट करिए, अपने जो डिज़ायर्स हैं, अपनी जो क्रेविंग्स हैं उसको कम करिए. दैट इज़ द पाथ टू हैप्पीनेस अकॉर्डिंग टू बुद्धा, एंड दैट इज़ रियलिटी ऑल्सो. Okay, we should try to follow these things in our life. And after this, besides this, he also taught people to be kind and to respect the lives of others, including animals. Gautam Buddha was a very kind person, and it is believed that he understood the communication between the animals. Whatever the animals and insects are saying, everything was understood by Gautam Buddha. So he was very kind person, and he always taught people to be kind, not only to human beings but to all the people, to all the living things. Okay, not only to human beings but to all the living things, including the animals. Okay, so next he believed that the result of our action, which is called karma, है ना, whether good or bad, affect us both in this life and the next. So Gautam Buddha is of the opinion that whatever we do, हम जो भी करते हैं उसको हम क्या कहते हैं? कर्म, कर्मा, है ना? वॉट एवर वी डू, good, either can do something good, we can do something bad, whatever we are doing, that is called karma. Okay, and whatever we are doing, something is the result of that action. The result can be good, the result can be bad. Okay, so this result of our karma affect us in our life, not only in present life but in the next life also, because Gautam Buddha believed in the life after death also. So he is saying that जो भी हम कर्म करते हैं उसका जो भी रिजल्ट होता है, ओके, उसका जो अफेक्ट होता है, रिजल्ट का जो असर होता है, वो हम इस लाइफ में भी उसको फील करते हैं, एंड हमारे जो नेक्स्ट लाइफ है उसको भी हम फील करते हैं, उसमें भी हम फील करते हैं. सो व्हाट इज ही सेइंग, व्हाट इज हिज मैसेज? ही इज सेइंग दैट हमें ऐसे कर्म करना चाहिए, अच्छे कर्म करना चाहिए. तो अच्छे कर्म का रिजल्ट क्या होगा? अच्छा होगा. व्हेन वी विल डू गुड कर्मा, द रिजल्ट विल बी गुड and its effect on our present life and the next life will also be good. Okay, so these are the teachings of Buddha. First of all, this follow moderation in everything. Then there should be we should be kind to all the living things, including the animals. And the next is whatever we are doing, whatever is our karma, the result of our karma affects our life, our present life as well as the next life. So these three are the teachings of Buddha. Okay, and now we will see that the most important thing about Buddha, why Buddha became so popular among the people. First of all, whatever he said, whatever he taught, all these teachings of Buddha was based on reason. Okay, he was not saying anything कि ऐसा होना चाहिए and we should follow this. Okay, there is no reason behind it, but without any reason we should follow this. ठीक है, उस समय का जो वैदिक रिलीजन चल रहा था, in Vedic religion what was happening? People were asked to do anything, and that was not based on reason. Reason has nothing to do with the rituals and worship. But now Gautam Buddha is whatever he is saying, whatever is his teaching, everything is based on reason. So when the things are based on reason, what happens that people starts believing it, है ना? जब हमें लगेगा कि वो सही कह रहे हैं, अगर हम हमारा रीज़न, हमारा दिमाग लगा के हमको लगेगा कि नहीं he is right, तो हम क्या करेंगे? हम उसको फॉलो करने लगते हैं. तो this was the one of the reason why people were getting attracted to Buddhism. Then another reason was that Buddha taught people in ordinary people language. Okay, the language in which Buddha taught the people was Prakrit, and this Prakrit was the language of ordinary people. Everybody was very easily understanding this language. And at that time the Vedas were there, and these were written in Sanskrit. All the rituals in Hindu religion was done in Sanskrit, and Sanskrit was not the language of common people. So common people were not able to understand the verses and the hymns of Vedas. So people were not getting attracted towards Vedas. But now this religion, this teaching, the teachings of Gautam Buddha was in the language Prakrit. and which could be understood by all the people in a very easy manner. So people were understanding what Buddha was saying, and that is why people were following the teachings of Buddha also. Okay, so the language used by Buddha was Prakrit, which was the language of ordinary people. Okay. Then we will see that he also encouraged people to think for themselves rather than to simply accept what he said. How? So he was not of the opinion that whatever I am saying, you just follow that blindly. No, you don't need to follow my teachings blindly. You open your eyes, you think whatever I am saying, and if your reason allows that I am saying the correct thing, then only you follow me. I am not saying you to follow me blindly. Okay, so the teaching of Buddha was based on reason, and this we can understand from one example. There is a beautiful example which is there in the story of Kisa Gautami. We will listen this and then try to understand what is the message of the story. Okay. Once there was a woman named Kisa Gautami. So the name of the woman was Kisa Gautami. So what happened that her son had died. Kisa Gautami's son had died. She was so sad that she roamed through the streets of the city, carrying the child with her, asking for help to bring him back to life. She was devastated by the death of his son, and what she did, that she roamed through the, roamed means घूमना, रोमिंग कर रही है, चारों तरफ घूम रही है सिटी के जो स्ट्रीट्स हैं, अपने बच्चे को, अपने डेड बच्चे को गोद में लेकर के सी वॉज रोमिंग थ्रू द स्ट्रीट्स ऑफ द सिटी एंड आस्किंग द पीपल टू हेल्प हर टू ब्रिंग हिम बैक टू लाइफ. सी वॉन्टेड एट किसी भी तरह से जो उसका बच्चे का डेथ हो गया है वो बच्चा फिर से वो जिंदा हो जाए. ओके, so she was very sad and she was carrying her dead child with her, and she was roaming in the streets and she was asking for help to bring him back to life. Okay, कि कोई उसकी हेल्प करे कि उसको फिर से वो लाइफ उसको मिल जाए. Okay, a kind man took her to the Buddha. So what happened that many people were seeing the woman, that she was crying bitterly and she wanted that his son should become alive. So what happened that there was a kind man, and that kind man took the woman to Buddha, because he thought that we are not able to make her understand things, so he took her to Buddha. When she came to Buddha, Buddha said, "Bring me a handful of mustard seeds and I will bring your child back to life." So Buddha said that just bring me a handful of mustard seeds. Mustards के seeds, एक handful, एक हाथ में मुट्ठी भर मस्टर्ड्स की सीड्स मुझे ला कर दो, एंड देन आई विल bring your child back to life. Okay, I will make your child alive. So Kisa Gautami was very happy. She became very happy. Ki it's a very amazing thing. I can bring it. The handful of mustard seeds can be brought very easily by me. So she thought that she started to go to bring that handful of mustard seeds. Then what happens, that Buddha gently stopped her. When she was starting to go, the Buddha stopped her and said, okay, you have to bring a handful of mustard seeds, okay, but remember that the seeds must come from the house of a family where nobody has died. So what was the condition put by Gautam Buddha? That you have to bring the seeds from that house only where nobody has died in the family. उसी घर से तुम्हें मस्टर्ड के सीड्स लाने हैं जिस घर में अभी तक किसी का भी डेथ नहीं हुआ हो उसकी फैमिली में, ठीक है। जिस घर से आप वो सीड्स लाएंगे उस घर में किसी का भी डेथ नहीं हुआ। दिस इज द कंडीशन, देन ओनली आई कैन make your son alive. So Kisa Gautami started her journey. She went from door to door, from one house to another house. But what happened, that wherever, in whichever house she went, she found out that someone or the other, either father, किसी के father, किसी के mother, किसी के sister, किसी के brother, किसी के husband, किसी के wife, किसी के बच्चे, uncle, auntie, grandfather, grandmother, कोई ना कोई तो हर किसी के घर में किसी डेथ हुआ पड़ा है। कोई भी घर ऐसा किसा गौतमी को मिला ही नहीं जहाँ की किसी का भी डेथ नहीं हुआ। ओके, सो किसा गौतमी now she found out that someone or the other had died in all the houses. So what is the story? What is the message? The message which Buddha wanted to convey, that death is a natural process. Everyone, every family experience this death. It's every family experience the death of their loved ones. In a family there may be death of a grandmother, there may be death of grandfather, there may be death of wife, husband, brother, sister, mother, father. So there cannot be a family in which no deaths have occurred. ऐसी कोई फैमिली हो ही नहीं सकती है जहाँ पर किसी का भी डेथ नहीं हुआ। So the message is, death is a natural process, and what we are supposed to do, we have to accept this truth. We can't escape that truth. ठीक है, हमें इस ट्रूथ को एक्सेप्ट करना होगा। अदर देन दिस वी डोंट हैव एनी ऑप्शन। ओके, सो दिस वाज द मैसेज व्हिच वाज गिवन बाय Gautam Buddha. Suppose Kisa Gautami when came to Gautam Buddha, and Gautam Buddha tried to teach her that death is the ultimate truth of life. Everyone who takes birth dies. In this way, if he tried to make her understand, then she could not have understood. But the way he did things was really very convincing. जिस तरीके से उन्होंने समझाने की कोशिश की वो बहुत ही सही तरीका था। और अब किसा गौतमी जो है वो इस बात को समझ चुकी थी कि she has to accept that her son had died and he could not be bring back to life. Okay, so this is the way, this is the method of teaching of Buddha. He always used reason for the purpose of teaching, and that is why people followed Buddha in large number. So this is all for today, and in the next class we will discuss some new ideas and questions. Okay.